Friday, I went grocery shopping at HEB. And while I was in line, I saw this young girl riding one of them scooters that, old people or crippled or handicapped people ride in. And I thought she was goofing around. So I said, well, what are you doing in one of these? And she told me that she had MS. And it, took my breath away. She is 18 years old. And she just come back from therapy. She's really tired and sore. And she, my grandfather died of MS. And I know that it's your immune system attacks your nervous system. And it just kept in my brain, how can there not be a cure? How can there not be a way to remedy that problem? So I started, I'm limited in my understanding. I'm thinking about how I was able to rehabilitate myself physically and to be someone who I didn't think I'd ever run again. Now I'm in the top 10%, in this, in a 10K yesterday, 3,400 people. I was 360th. So I talked to somebody that I know that knows a lot more about this than me. She's a computational biologist. She wrote a paper on the human genome and the genetic predisposition for alcoholism. So she understands a lot of this stuff. And so we're talking about it, and I'm kind of relating the hyper vigilant Abdullah oblongata that you get when you have PTSD. And we're talking about, the different ways of treating it, and she's relating it to the MS and how it's the hyperactive immune system. And we get to the point where, that the only way that you can really settle somebody who's got PTSD is when they know they're in a totally safe environment. She's like, oh my God, that's the same thing when it comes to the immune system. And then with MS, there's deterioration of this covering or membrane over the nerves, just, that just made up, of fat. And so the right kind of fat, like avocados. But when I brought up, when she's talking about being safe, it occurred to me that's why I work out all the time, because when I'm in shape, I don't worry about anybody. I'm not worried about anybody. If I'm in shape, when I didn't have the skill, but I had the conditioning, I was fighting people and competing with guys with hundreds of fights and way more, much better technique than mine. And then eventually my technique caught up. And so I was like, wow, that's what it is. It's my pattern. It's my fallback. My safe place is to be in shape and conditioning. And then I got to thinking about this girl, Bella. That's her name. And having the right diet and alleviating stress from her life as much as she can. Getting in shape. I mean, she looks normal. She looks, she's can get around, but she's got pain. She gets numb, tired. But I'm thinking the right diet, the right nutrition, minerals in her diet. But I'm not an expert, but I'm thinking that really getting vigilant and eating the right things, doing the right kind of exercises, can give her a better quality of life. So her name's Bella. She lives in McAllen. 18-year-old with MS is all I know about her. But I have to help her find a way to battle this. And my friend, that's the computational biologist, has got her brain wrapped around it. She's got a pretty good brain. She's a pretty smart lady. So, but that just is amazing how it backdoored into my situation, why I do what I do, but also it gives me an understanding of what's going on with this disease, and a lot of the things that they do. They're selling drugs. They're selling. They don't want people to get cured, because then there goes the money train. But you know what? That's wrong. That's taking advantage. All right, I'll let you know how it goes. And if anybody knows who this Bella is, let her know that we are working on it. All right, bye.